Oh, I hit the button early, guys, because, oh, Ileane, seriously, that was crazy. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Mia Connect Power Chat. I just had a heart attack. Was that the loudest scream you've ever heard?
Yeah, it was a loud thump, and then there was
Well,
a yell.
yes. So welcome. So
Hi,
I have
everybody.
this bottle sitting here with the cork because I was going to pop the cork. I wish that would have happened when we hit the start button, Ileane. Would that not have been priceless?
Yes.
Jeebus. So it just uncorked itself. I think there's probably a hole in my ceiling. Like literally, and you're like, what did you drop?
Well, I'm glad you didn't drop it.
Oh, God, seriously. Pants. So, hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Mia Voss, and it's this weekend edition of the Mia Connect Power Chat. And guess who's with me today? Hey, girl.
Easy like a Sunday morning,
I
yeah.
don't think we're supposed to sing it, but I'm going to let you sing it. So you don't get mad at us, because it's Ileane singing it, not Lionel Richie. I know, right? Is that not stuck in your head, the Easy Like Sunday Morning song?
That's
Now?
right. It sure is.
Hey, listen, I got to tell you, I'm a little ticked at you. You look way too pretty for Sunday morning, girlfriend.
Well, you remember we're in different time zones, so it's actually like noon here in
Just hit high noon, didn't it?
Philadelphia.
So can I tell you something funny? Here's the funniest line that I've heard about, and I'm pouring my mimosa as we speak. The funniest line that I've heard about how I look in the morning comes courtesy of Heidi Hornline. Do you know who she is?
Yes.
Yes. So I got on a hangout with her the other day, and she goes, you look like a baby bird that just hatched. It was like 6 in the morning, and my hair was all kinds of jacked up. Who's had a hangout with me knows, by the way. Here we go.
Okay.
That's a lame mimosa. I need more champagne.
All right, I'm drinking tea.
I know. Cheers. Hey, that's right. So you are not a boozer. Tell us what you're drinking.
Well, okay, I'm going to share this little story with you guys.
Okay.
And come on, let's cheers.
Hold on, click.
All right.
Put the back crack crazy glass too. I need to get you one of these, girlfriend, and then you can put like your juices in it, like Lena Bate does. I know you need one.
Because I do drink a lot of energy drinks and stuff like that. So this is the story. Okay, you guys may sometimes, you know how we're just creatures of habit, and that's fine. But sometimes I don't like people to know that I'm a creature of habit. Like for example, when I go to, let's say I go to McDonald's or I go to Panera Bread, you know, sometimes they look at me like, I know what you're ordering, and I look back at them like, no, I'm switching up today because I don't want you to know me that way.
That's
So
right.
this is what happened. Through my years, you know, I probably started a little too early, maybe about 17 or 18. I started drinking, and it was never a problem. I just always drank and partied, and, you know, it got to the point where I did kind of drink pretty much every day, but in moderation. But here in Pennsylvania, we have what's called a state store. So when you go in there, you're only going in there for liquor. You know, it's not like you can go to the supermarket or anything like that.
Right.
So, and we have tons of them. So there was different ones I would go to all the time. And in fact, when I stopped drinking, my favorite drink was champagne mimosa with Royal Crown champagne. I don't even know if it's still around. But anyway, so I would go in the state store, which is what we call it here, and the girl behind the counter would be like, hey, your stuff's on sale. I'm like, okay, y'all know me too well up in this room.
That reality check of like, oh dear.
Yeah, like when they know you, when you walk into the state store,
Right.
they even know what you drink. It's
Yeah.
kind of like time to like say, okay,
So I'm gonna make some.
I need to stop drinking so much.
I think that is very healthy. I kind of like it. You know, that reminds me of the Sex and the City when Miranda had the little Asian gal that she just got so annoyed that she knew, and she was giggling at her. It's the same thing. You're probably like, yeah. Get off my back with my boozing.
So that's my story, and you know, my friends. Oh my God, my friends! They didn't believe. It was like even to this day, and it's been probably about 11 or 12 years. When I get together with my friends, and we get together, you know, at least 2-3 times a year, they'll say, "You still don't drink?" like, what's that about?
I just never got back into it, right?
They can't believe it. They just can't believe it because, that's just what we do. Like you have to come with beverage.
Yeah. Anybody
I
knows
have
me?
beverage. I
Have
have
you?
my tea. Okay,
What
so
can I say about
let me show you what kind of tea I'm drinking, Mia.
Tracy?
Uh-oh. I forgot I had to move over here to get it.
I like that fancy little blanket you got going on. Oh, that's nice. And it's celestial seasonings.
The
Oh,
cinnamon. Yes.
I love that one. Well, you know what I say about brunch without booze is just a sad late breakfast. All right, girlfriend, you ready to get into some comments? Because we got people lined up here.
Yes. What's
Okay, my brother Emmy, Mike John, he says if you're from Champaign, you better be with Champaign. Amen. That's my hometown guy.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Mike John, yes, brother. William Rock, the cork has popped, absolutely. And I'll tell you what's been fun, because I asked people, is what everybody's doing this weekend. So my brother Mick Sharp, across the pond, he's stuck in some serious scripting, but he's listening in, so let's give him a little clinky.
Hey, Mick.
Love him. Heidi, yes, it's already dark here, and she feels a relaxation watching our lovely hangout queen. Hey, girlfriend, I hope her little kitty cat is doing better, because little Skittles has not been feeling well, so let's send her love. All right, David Schiffman, I love him. Easy like Sunday morning. Look what he's got. Coffee with Bailey's, pumpkin creamer, jalapeno bagel. I'm hungry. This is wrong.
I'm hungry too.
Sandwich piled high with Black Forest ham, pepper jack cheese, avocado, tomato, onion. See, it's so long it runs off the page. And Philly jalapeno cream cheese. Oh, and he's going to do his Sue thing, so he is going to get on Sue.
Okay, great.
So we got to talk about that one too. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Margarita. She loves the idea of an easy morning, but she has to see the replay. She's working hard to finish her latest ebook on healing that needs to get delivered by 2 p.m. I want to see that when she's done. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, really.
Girlfriend is rocking it. Look at Robin Holland. She's had her shake with pear and chia seed and cacao nibs and almond milk. Ocean's fine here in Santa Cruz. That sounds awesome.
Ooh, that does sound relaxing.
Girl, I got my work in already. I did get my power shake, gave some to boyfriend, so that's why I'm feeling fancy about this. And I know Crystal said that she thinks that the Back Crap Crazy glass does do well for juices. Let's see. Oh, yeah, she says, yeah, Back Crap Crazy glass will work great for juice in the morning. Sean Mayhound's going to pop in here in a little bit. Dave Pipe, I've managed to get my tiara back. Thank friggin' Christ. I had to restart this thing, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It was
right.
crazy. All right, anybody you want to say hi to?
Oh, I just want to say hi to my friend Kiara. That's somebody that I'm mentoring now, and she's just loving all the social media bombs I'm dropping on her. and and my daughter Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Nikki Purvey, she is rocking out. Let's talk about her for a few minutes.
That's my baby. My daughter, she is doing web design now. She just got finished doing the Michael Vick Foundation website. I mean, she is just killing it. So she did an ebook. So I want you guys to know, I'm going to post a link in the comments. Her ebook is on Amazon. It's free right now, and it's 10 things every successful entrepreneur knows that the rest of the world doesn't. Don't get left out, people.
Can I tell you guys? So I watched that video, and you know how old is Nikki? By the way, let's throw her out of the age closet. How old is she?
She had her 29th birthday already. Put it that way.
Girlfriend, yeah, but I got it, and she is rocking it. That video was awesome, and make sure to post the link because it was a ton of stuff. Either one I heard a long time ago, or some I hadn't even heard. So
She surprised me, and like I said, Nikki's the one who actually started me blogging. You know, when she told me that she had a blog years ago, and I was like, okay, I gotta sign up for my daughter's blog. But little did I know I was actually filling out the form to start my own blog. So that's how I started blogging.
Yeah, she tricked you into it, didn't she?
No, she didn't do it on purpose. I just didn't know what I was doing.
You love accidental stuff. You know, that's my nickname, the accidental entrepreneur. I'm like, oh, well, gosh, maybe I'll start a building inspection business. Okay. You know, like, why did I start a blogging thing?
Mm-hmm.
I loves it. All right, here's a couple more comments. Kirsten Hancock, oh, I love her. She says, oh, she thinks we're going to break the 500 stream. She says it feels like it's dark there because I know she's across the pond. Look who else is here. Debbie Davis.
Hey, what's up, Debbie?
That's my girl. She's had 2 cups of coffee. She's starting early prepping for her lunch from Blue Apron, which is crispy fish sandwiches. You know, yeah, Debbie and I are we're kind of Blue Apron hoes.
They don't have that here in Philly. Oh man.
Oh, now let me find that out because that's a good one. I also heard plated is very good, so that's an awesome thing. So girlfriend is very prepped. Debbie cooks early too. So, all right, guys. Well, let's jump into it. We're gonna have a couple people join us, but first thing I'm gonna talk about was this Success Summit 3.0 that I went to last week. Now, I know you said you watched a little bit of my show, but it was all over the place, right?
Yeah. Well, where was it?
You know, so here's my little. This is from the Origin magazine. So it was in Boulder last week, and it was at the St. Julian Hotel. So, and you guys just pop in there because I'm sure you saw me make some comments about it. But so it was a 3-day conference, or 4-day conference, which was a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a long couple days to make the commitment. But I have to tell you, so the whole thing of the summit was called Redefining Success. Conscious living plus innovation plus social impact, right? Which sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot of stuff to take in, but it does sound like it would be right up your alley.
You know, I love the idea of the conscious living, which is, since I went to ShiftCon about a month and a half ago, which Sheffy did a show about ShiftCon on Friday, so you guys make sure I'll post the link so you can go see it. That was pretty life-changing, too. I mean, it's definitely, that was Leah Segedy that did the ShiftCon, so that's all about eco-wellness and kind of changing everything around you. So that's from laundry soap to cleaning products to your sports drink, everything, because a lot of these, you can make a lot more conscious choices, and yes, it can be a little more expensive, but you can make a lot more conscious choices. So then this seemed like a natural progression to go and do this. So the cool thing about it, so it was basically John Mackey was one of the major presenters, so he's the CEO of Whole Foods, and then Mark Goffney of the Integral Center for Wisdom, he was the mastermind behind it. But I got to tell you, the people that were there, Ileane, holy crap, I was so friggin' starstruck.
Oh, yeah, I saw you taking pictures with Mari Smith.
Oh, let me talk about Mari Smith. So, you know, she was there as an attendee. So we all know Mari Smith. She's a huge deal in the social media online world. And she just, first of all, she is that tall in real life. She is a tall drink of water. She's a hot number. But she was in the audience. I got to sit next to her one of the days, and then luckily they had this breakout session, and it took every ounce of my will not to just be like, nerd out. And I did tweet about her right when I was sitting next to her, Ileane.
She's fabulous. She's fabulous. I took one of her courses years ago.
Did you?
She's awesome.
Yeah, listen, she's super gracious. So that's the cool thing. These are people that were there. They're all lions and captains in the industry. Super, super gracious. And so she was picking up a lot. So the cool thing is, again, it was 4 days. It was everything from John Mackey that was speaking, again, the CEO of Whole Foods. So here's a funny story that he told, is that his mother was terminally ill and said to him, kind of on the deathbed, like, oh, honey, I really wish you would go back and get your degree and stop with this crazy little grocery store thing.
Oh, wow.
I know, yeah, crazy little grocery store thing, right? So the biggest thing I love about this is that all these people that were speaking were super successful, but what they've decided to do is redefine the terms of being a success and turn that into more of a conscious piece of their business. So Tony Hsieh, I don't know if you know who he is, but you know Zappos shoes?
Okay, yeah.
Zappos shoes. Who's not a shoe hooker? Raise your hand. Great, girl. So what an amazing business. But the cool thing that he did is he did this whole presentation about this downtown project in Vegas, right? So we're talking like skanky Vegas.
Right, not the Strip.
Not the Strip. So this is him, and he did a whole presentation on it, and how he has done all these different projects that redefine it. So that's kind of, if you're looking for like a definition, it really is. So he's gotten successful with Zappos shoes, but then has created this whole new business that's bringing together community, the arts, the medical field. They opened a medical facility there too. This crazy Dr. Z. He's going to be on my show. But like, so this was the whole 4 days are all people like this, Ileane, that we're talking about success.
Wonderful. So that must have been pretty inspirational to you.
Oh, girlfriend, it was overload for sure. So then the other funny one, do you know who Tom Chi is? The Google Glass guy.
No. No. I'm
So
not
he's
familiar with
there
that.
too. I gotta pull it up. So basically, he's one of the inventors of Google Glass, right? So he comes in. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there with EFOT, and Lisa Ingalls was with us as well. So that was the other fun thing, was a lot of my Denver peeps, and then having EFOT here. She's a whole other subject, by the way. But right, she's my new thing. I just love her. She's here to stay, though. She's such a wonderful person. But anyway, Tom Chi's sitting over in the hotel room, and he's on his computer, or in the hotel lobby. And we all just kind of come over like a bunch of girls at a rock concert, just kind of like, hey, I think he was scared of us.
Groupies.
We were groupies. So he's involved with a group called The Factory now, I believe. But the cool thing about him, you guys, I'm sure a lot of you know who he is, but he's just has been this child prodigy. And whatever he's wanted or has thought of in his life, he's able to invent. Like, how cool would that be?
Wow, you're super smart when you can do that. And so, it sounds like the theme too was a lot about giving back.
Yes, I think that's what the redefining of success is about, it being more of not just creating businesses that make money, but anyone that hasn't. And I know this seems like pie in the sky, but I was so enthralled with this. It was more about creating businesses that all do have a socially conscious purpose, or are building communities or building stronger businesses. So, and these are guys, again, that like have been in the industry of the business for years. I mean, Yannick Silver was another one. So he's a huge online marketing guy, but he's has Mavericks 1000 now. Same thing, like bringing together a lot of entrepreneurs. So, have you heard of him before, honey?
No, those names, they kind of ring a bell, but I haven't really like explored what they're into, but I'm definitely interested in them.
Yeah, I mean they're all kind of new. Have you heard of so another guy was John Gray, the Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Do you remember him?
Now I remember that book. Yes, I never actually read it, but I remember that.
So he actually, same thing, he's sort of redefining his career, but I'll tell you what the funniest thing about his presentation is, it was John Gray, and I said this last week, pretty much talking about how he figured out the whole thing, the Mars-Venus thing, because he was just kind of touring the country getting laid for about a year. I was sitting there, and he's a sweet-faced guy, he's in his 70s. I'm like, is John Gray talking about getting laid?
See, this is what, it proves his point, because a woman could never do that. I mean, not never do it. She could never talk about it.
No, it actually would sound a little. You're right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm just saying.
I like that. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Let's see if we have any comments. You see any comments coming through that we should?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't have the tracker on, honey.
Oh, no worries. It looks like Christelle says business is more sustainable and has more lasting power when it has a bigger mission, like social consciousness or sustainability. Absolutely. That was really what the whole thing was about, of just bringing in more the message. I mean, first of all, I think you have to find what your bigger purpose is. So this was the cool thing, Ileane, and I'm gonna post these. The 3 questions they ask people is, what is the larger game that you're playing in the world? What are the gifts that your unique self is committed to giving in the world? And what does success mean to you? So I love those. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but here's what Tony Hsieh was saying. He's saying the larger game he's playing in the world is inspire other communities and cities to reinvent themselves. So I thought that was cool. I think it's a good question to ask ourselves.
Yeah, and I think it's real important too that people think about that kind of stuff. When you're on your journey, especially when you're becoming an entrepreneur, you have to think about the bigger picture, because if you just focus on one thing, which is just making money or something like that, you kind of get, I don't know, sometimes you could just go astray. That's why they call it the shiny object syndrome, because
Yes.
You get distracted by that shiny object all the time unless you have those core values that kind of ground you and keep you, keep you connected to the community, so that you remember that, even though my bank account may be rising, I remember my humble beginnings. Or even if you didn't have humble beginnings, you know that there's other people in the world and we're all in it together.
So you pretty much just nailed, I think, what that's awesome the whole event was about, because it really was people who, I mean, and it's easy to speak from the place of already making a ton of money, but then that's what's great to see is all these guys have kind of made it the higher purpose type of thing of like, okay, like I said, now I've made the money, but I'm going to go with what really lights my world up. And I was in a mastermind group last year, and that was the big thing we had, the big why. And then I think once you do get that nailed down, and that could be, it's like it could be, creating a better place, for your families, for, for me, the homeless pets thing, the animal issue, like that's something that's really important to me. So you have to create these big whys, and then you can kind of, if you can function that way and create a business that helps that, you're in good shape.
Now, awesome. You mentioned earlier that one of the folks that you met was Joel Comm.
Yes.
There, right?
He was there, and if you guys watched it last week, he is probably one, and I didn't know who he was, I'll admit it. And then I went and looked, and I went, oh, gosh, he's kind of a big deal. Right? Mm-hmm. But which if you go back and look at the Bat Crap Crazy comments, he actually invented, this is one of the more minor things that he's done, but he invented a farting app for the iPhone.
The iPhone, yeah. He got rich off of that. Well, I don't know if he wasn't already rich, but he made a lot of money off of that. And he also made, oh, hey, we got a visitor. Oh,
I do have to be mascot. Hi, Sean.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Sean. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I forgot you two haven't met before either. Oh, there he is. Hello, darling. There he is.
I've got some Mia. I've got some echo. I'm just going to put this.
Yeah, but hey, and everybody out in the audience, let us know if there's any kind of technical difficulties going on. I'm sure there is. Something's going to break. It's my show, right?
Oh, he's that crazy if it didn't.
Exactly. He's going to come back in. Here's a couple more comments real quick, and then we'll go back to Joel. I love this from Heidi. She watched most of it, which was amazing. So she said she was inspired. She stayed up later than usual. It was really unusual thing and totally unusual people presenting unusual businesses. They filled me in with great hope for a change being on its way. So I think that was the cool thing, though, Ileane, is that there was just every different person. There was a woman named Miranda Pleasant. I'm going to talk about her. Joel Comm was there. And, again, he's a big deal, but he was just in the audience watching the show.
Okay, so a lot of people were just there as attendees. So that lets you know that they have that thought of, higher thinking about what they want to do and where they want to go with their businesses. And that's wonderful. You were pretty privileged to be there with those folks.
Girlfriend, I can't even tell you. I knew it, and then here's the other one. Not to nerd out again too much, but so then I have Efat staying at my house, so we were having a good old time. We got to chat on the way home and talk about it, and then she would do this thing. We would get back to my house, and she would say, "Feed me, Seymour." So
it's a riot.
She really, you guys, if you haven't connected with her, been able to connect with her in person, she just truly is. Charlotte says my tiara is not attached to my head. Thank you, Charlotte. She truly is that inspirational in person. But that was the great thing is we got to sit with each other and we got to see all these different people, and then we kind of branch off and meet, and then come back and say, "Woo, have you met this person or that person?" So it was like just having a partner in crime during the show or during the whole presentation of the 4 days. So
good.
Yeah, she's good stuff. All right, Sean Mahon, let's talk about you, brother.
Hey, it's good to see you. Sorry about the little in and out little bit earlier, but I had to top up my coffee and Baileys, so I'm good to go now.
Okay, everybody, ready? Blinkies.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, tell us where you are. What are you doing?
Well, what I'm doing at the moment, funnily enough, Dave Pipe said it for me. So given that we're in a different time zone, I'm, 7 hours ahead of you. I've just filled my stomach to its biggest capacity with the biggest Sunday lunch you can possibly imagine. So I've had roast lamb, potatoes, the whole lot, lots of beer, and I'm feeling really good, really mellow, and really good to go, Mia, just now.
I love it. We're all just being full and kind of getting loaded together online.
Oh, absolutely. And we've not met before. Is it Leanne?
Ileane.
Ileane, God, there you go. That's my UK accent. My apologies.
No, that's okay. A lot of people
Good
get
to
that
meet you.
spelling wrong, and but it's Ileane.
And you should look at the spelling of my name. Everybody gets that wrong. So.
I love it. So what did you do besides eat and drink this weekend, Sean Mahon? What have you been working on, brother?
Oh my God! Besides eating and drinking, now that's a bit of a challenge. I think it was very much an eating and drinking weekend for me. But in addition to which, I've got quite a big client training session in the next couple of days. So I'm working on a big leadership and communications workshop, which is going to take place over 2 days, which is all good. So I've been putting some of the content together for that, and other than that, just having a great weekend. I want to say something really profound and blow your socks away there, Mia, but to be honest, it's just been a fun weekend as much as anything else.
But that's what it's all about. Plus, you're putting together something for a huge conference. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the purpose of your conference? Tell us.
Well, the purpose is very much these are blue chip organisations that are sending delegates to learn a little bit about. Well, learn quite a lot, hopefully, from a group of us that are speaking about empowerment, communication skills, situational leadership, and things like that. So I'm not the only speaker. There are 5 or 6 of us over the course of the weekend, but it's very much about how people deal with other people in I don't want to make this too dry, but in situational leadership scenarios. And that was probably the longest sentence I've ever said. So if you got to the end of that and you're still awake, I'm really amazed.
Oh, but it's your accent, don't you think, Ileane? I mean, you have to read the whole book to us.
Oh, that's really sweet. But I've got to say, Mia, and well, for both of you, I was really fascinated with what you were talking about in terms of the conference, and obviously the keynote speakers that you hooked up with, and I love that idea of social entrepreneurialism. So that came out really strongly in what you were saying. Good.
And don't you think, and Ileane can probably agree on this too, I mean, you could probably incorporate that as well, because if you're dealing with these blue chip folks, I mean, you're putting in, you're talking about them dealing with one another, interacting, right, and then scenarios. So I think that's something you can always, that just can be a well-rounded thing, that everybody's going to learn something new or learn from each other. This was the cool thing to you guys that I loved about this conference, and we were sitting in the front because we got there early and like totally putting our seats down. So I'm sitting in the front, and there's a couple speakers, and I look through, and Jack Canfield, who is the Chicken Soul guy, who, by the way, is so incredibly charming. Love this guy. So first of all, he's been there 3 days, right? So it's not like they just, here's the biggest distinction I saw. It's not like they flew in and flew out, right? And it just kind of breezed through and you didn't get to talk to them. They were there the whole time listening to the other speakers. So I thought that was kind of cool to see them learning too. And so I look through, and there's Jack Canfield, and he's in the front, and he just looks like us. Like, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Tony Hsieh, though, speaking, and he's taking notes and listening. I'm like, that's the shit.
I totally agree.
So just to see them kind of learning, and who is it? Yannick Silver was in the front at a panel, and he had his journal with him, and people were talking, and he's about 5 or 6 people up on the front, and he's taking notes too. And I was like, oh, this is what the cool kids do.
Yeah.
It is. Sorry, forgive me. It is amazing, isn't it? I was lucky enough about 10 years ago to be on a train, and this familiar figure got on the same carriage as me, and I looked at him, and he had a beard and had a certain look, and I thought, my God, that's Richard Branson. And he sat next to me, and the guy was absolutely amazing. Instead of this wall of security around him, instead of being inaccessible, he was really, really open, and if anything, I just didn't want to disturb his space. But what I found was that, and it sounds like you found the same thing, when you've got people like that, they're just so eager to learn that they're just like us, as you say. They're taking notes, they're learning, and they may be, from our point of view, on a different plane, but perhaps they're not. Perhaps they're, that was a really profound moment for me.
I bet.
I thought, my God, he's eager. He was talking to me, and it was just an extraordinary moment, to be honest. And you obviously found that with the people at the conference, didn't you? That they were taking notes.
We call that me as nerding out when I nerd out. That.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that, like, when I first got online, remember I told you I started blogging by accident, and I had this blog, and I'm like, what should my tagline be? And it's really true to this day. And the tagline was, I'm here to learn,
wow,
to teach, and to connect.
Mm.
And I think it's so important that people keep learning. I'm constantly sitting here learning stuff. I'm reading, or I'm watching something on maybe a lynda.com or a Udemy, or just constantly absorbing information, and that that helps propel you. In fact, that's one of the 10 things that my daughter talks about in her book.
She did. She totally nailed it. I have to say, I'm going to shout you out then, Ileane, because that is something I watch you on social media quite a bit. And you are on a lot of different platforms, too, which I love. And I know you're on Sue now, right?
Yeah.
That's smart.
There's so much. And the thing about it is, if something can be fun, that's why I love Instagram. Yeah. Like, people get bummed out. Like, I saw an article the other day, how Instagram can be made better for marketers. And I was like, oh, gosh, why does somebody have to write this? It's like, there's a million platforms out here if you just want to do marketing. And, and there's always a trick. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. Mm-hmm. So, just get involved with, if you're getting into a new platform, learn how to use it. And there's always a little trick, of how to get around whatever limitations they have. Like, even with Facebook, I'm sorry. Oops, I said the F word. My bad. I apologize, everyone.
Early for the F word.
Dear, I can't believe it.
You just, that's right. I'm going to drink, too. You just have to, find a way to make a way. Okay? And so that's why it's important. Like, me and I were talking when we were in the green room about, when she first came to Google Plus and not knowing anybody. But for me, it was the opposite, because when I was an early adopter on Google Plus, so basically I knew everybody because we all came from Google Buzz. So, so when I see something like, I saw Sue and I was like, this looks like, okay, it's going to be a fun platform, so let me go check it out. If I find out that it gets to be too much, then, I'll leave it alone. But it's different. It's got a unique twist, and I like that.
Mm. That's this is what I love about you, too, is you're always willing to do that. So that's why you're an early adopter. And then I see you posting different things. And so you are, first of all, constantly learning. So you're walking the talk on that. And then checking out the new ones, checking out the new platforms, and taking the time to do that. We were talking about Triber, too, because you're a little bit of a Triber hooker.
Oh yeah, I'm a Triber devotee. And, in fact, there's something that I don't want to make a big announcement about it, but another friend of mine and I are working on something that's going to help people even excel even more with Triber, because I think the thing about it is I see Triber from a couple of different sides, because I also manage other accounts when like for a fashion blog and stuff like that. So I see it from a different perspective, and I see that there's so many people that are in there and they think, I'm not getting results, so I'll just leave this by the wayside. But it's only because they don't know the ins and outs of how to use the platform. But once you find out how to use that platform, you can really excel, and that's a great way to get connected to influencers. When I'm talking influencers, I'm talking big time influencers. Okay.
Shout out to Dino, by the way.
Dino, Dan Cristo, and Ralph Rivera.
Oh, love those three, yeah. Who is right? Those guys are out. And I like Devotee. That probably is a little cleaner than what I keep using. But I've had some champagne, so bear with me, right?
Right?
I think that's in the same boat that we were just talking about of the learning thing is learning the new platforms. And that was the other thing, too, that I picked up from these guys. And I know you guys have heard it a million times. But those guys read a crap ton of books.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it over and over and over again. So I'm going to read. I'm reading Jeff Walker's Launch, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, he was neat. A really neat guy. He was at the conference.
I've just sent off for that, Mia. What do you think of it so far? You enjoying it?
I am enjoying it. Let me tell you how I enjoy it is when I read it in the bathtub, which Lisa Ingalls and E5 have also been in my bathtub, not at the same time. Ew, oh, and Larry Finelli. I have this giant jetted bathtub. I got so excited that it got a little waterlogged there. It's wonderful. It is very practical.
Cool.
This guy's not playing around. It really is about the new way of launching, and it really does talk a lot about the connection part, about talking to people as opposed to just a sell kind of thing. So I'm digging it.
Okay, let me tell you my little tip about how I'm getting a little bit more reading done in terms of books.
Please.
And specifically books that are on Amazon. Of course, I don't have a Kindle, but what I do have is Google Chromecast, which I love that thing. I'm casting like 85% of the day. I'm casting something. If it's not a YouTube or a Hangout or like I said, Udemy or Lynda.com, I can read Kindle books because Amazon has a Kindle app and they have it for every phone. They have it for every browser. And then once you have that Chromecast or whatever kind of casting dongle you have, you can cast your book onto the big screen, because a lot of times that's my problem. The writing is so small. It's like I'm squinting and I'm like, I can't read this book.
Because I watch a lot
of on the big screen. It's like I can just sit there and have to have my glasses on, and I'm just reading away. And so that's my tip for everybody.
Oh my gosh, I love it. You need to Instagram that of like, you with like maybe one of your pets and you just like your giant screen just reading a book. That is such a smart. I love Chromecast because I do have. I actually moved my TV and I use that to do my workouts that my trainer does, and I just Chromecast it to my TV, so I'm not trying to move my computer every time.
Oh yeah, I have a playlist. In fact, if anybody wants to do a fast dance workout, I have a solid gold playlist with everybody from the Bee Gees to Janet Jackson, right on my TV. And I got a yoga one for you too.
Now you guys see why I'm BFFs with Ileane, because this is what our conversations are like. These are like, ooh, and another tip, and you're like, I'm just writing stuff down all the time. Let's see. I've got some fun comments. Are you guys ready for this? This is a great idea, and I approve, and I know Ileane will as well. How about we all spam your broadcast comments with our Sue addresses after the broadcast? You know what? Have at it. What do you guys think?
I already posted my, but I'm Ileane everywhere, just about Twitter. So it's ILEANE, and Twitter, Pinterest. Don't leave that out. I don't know if Jeff C's in the audience, but hey.
He's a manly Pinterest kind of guy. I love me some Jeff C. No, you're right though, and but that's a good reminder because I ebb and flow, and I've been doing a lot of Instagram, but not as much Pinterest. So do you think that's the best way to do it too? Is just kind of go. You don't have to do it all at once. Just go in different phases.
That's right. You don't have to do it all at once. You just focus on one thing, master that, and then move on to the next. But, for me, because I do social media at work, too, I know a lot of people were like, work? You got a job? Yes, I have a job. In fact, I've been at my job for 31 years.
Have you really? And now you guys know why Ileane only comes to
I love my job. I'm not one of those people that's ready to quit my 9 to 5. No, I'm not leaving that job unless the building burns down or something.
You know what you are, Ileane? You know what I call it? You're an entrepreneur with a paycheck and health insurance. That's what you are.
I get a chance to do social media at work as well. So it's also good for me to be up on all the different platforms because I never know when somebody's going to say, why don't you set up this kind of, I don't want to be
I
like,
don't think anybody is ever going to catch you not up on a. Try it, right? I dare
right.
you. Try to find Ileane on a platform she's not on. Oh, so Nazim, Nazim, if you want to come in, brother man, please do. Tammy, Dr. Tammy, I would love for you to come in as well. I know you were getting ready to go on this great journey. We want to hear about it. Here's a couple other funny comments. You ready for this one? Charlotte thought I said Sean Mayhem.
And he would be correct.
She would be correct. That's right. Elaine Starling definitely wants your playlist, by the way, Ileane. And then it is not a day that ends in Y, again, that I don't mention Nazim. He sang and danced until 2 a.m. at a friend's birthday. He mixed champagne, red wine, and Prosecco. Much better off now, but this morning was a little iffy. So. Bless him. And here's another one. Oh, Christopher. He's getting ready to go on a big journey. Quick hello and ciao before he heads off for another episode of Storage Wars, the Purge Before the Merge in San Diego. Thank you, brother. Apparently, he is going to the West Coast. So good luck. Good luck on a safe trip on that. Ooh, Nazim does want to come in, so hold on. Let me send him the link. If there's anybody else that wants to come in and hang out with this crazy, badass crew,
yeah, I got a tip for Nazim. Even though I stopped drinking back in the day, I told you guys, but I still know the best remedy for when you have that hangover the next morning.
What's that?
I've got to know. I've got to know this.
You got to take another drink. I mean, there's no aspirin's not going to do it.
Well, I could just about manage that.
Only way to get your head right is to drink another drink. I remember those days. Trust me.
That's called Clinkies Clinkies. Oh, here he comes. Hey, brother. Oh, now we have the UK, Italy. There he is.
Oh, my God. This is an international panel here for sure.
It is. Hi, brother. Oh.
Party.
You know that Betty's over in the corner rolling her eyes at Nazim.
No,
right
she's
now.
going like, are you going to have another glass of wine like you did last night? I said, no, I'm going to take the night off.
It's Sunday. You need to rest.
Exactly.
What's up, sweetie? How are you?
Yeah, right now I'm busy. I'm doing a blog for Kazakhstan on driving on Italian highways and tips and stuff that people have to watch out for when they come over to Italy.
I love how he's rubbing his eyes. He's still so tired thinking about how much he drank. That's my man.
Yeah, last night was a little. It was a 60th birthday of a friend of ours. We got a little carried away. There was about 70 people. Everybody dancing, singing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he says that like it's a bad thing.
Huh?
You say that like it's a bad thing. That sounds fabulous.
No, it's a great thing. I loved it, but this morning it was a bad thing.
Did you hear Eileen's advice for you?
Yes, I did.
Just keep drinking. That's awesome. Hey, so, you, speaking of, like, everybody's always, Eileen has the job, but then she's on social media. We're all doing a lot. You're either, like, building a ship or doing a tour or something crazy, brother.
Yeah, well, obviously, people that don't know, I work designing cruise ships here in Italy. They're all in Italy, and then I have 2 small companies, a web agency and a digital app agency. So on that side, we also, we do a lot of big projects for all the fashion firms here in Italy, and we have a lot of fun with them. It's always fun to be involved in the fashion world, to a certain degree.
And tell us how you got involved in that. It's because what Betty does, right? Your wife.
Yeah, my wife's a makeup artist, and luckily enough, the first project we did back in 1995 when I opened up Park Media, and it was for Versace. But that was just basically because I met somebody who was the art director of Versace, and he said, "You're doing websites." I go, "Yeah. Can you come and help us?" And once you do, something like that nature, then you start getting all the clients up, kind of fall into place. We've also been doing Brioni, and my lower third, I'm highlighting Kazakhstan, which is our lifestyle blog, like everybody there about Italy.
Wow, that's got to be so amazing to, like live in those 2 different worlds that are.
I love it. The fact that I can go down and work with, companies like Princess Cruises and Silver Sea designing ships, and I do that. Usually, I go down to Genoa where the main office is, and that's 2 days a week. And then the rest of the time, I'm in my own 2 businesses, and up here in Milan, and the studio here close by. I love it. The variation. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
Fantastic.
you know what I call that? Hashtag Life of Nazim. He sends me these private messages, and that's all I can do. I literally just type it in, Life of Nazim. There it is. He's like, I'm driving, I'm on a train, I'm doing something cool, I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's good, all right.
And so I think it keeps me active, and you know how I am. And we've known each other for a while. I always have this positive attitude about just everything, you know. Which I think, you know, you have to really carry that also to your clients, because they like to see that, okay, everything's, you know, going great, and you're covering all their needs, and you're also participating with them and making them involved in the whole process. That's our philosophy at Park Media, where we work with all these brands and clients, and in the sense that there's a trust factor, having worked with them for such a long time, and they know that if there's a problem or specific needs, we can solve them. Yeah.
I just was going to do the Ice Baby thing. If there's a problem, Nazim solves it.
That's
Have
why
some
we're
more champagne.
easy.
Easy. Yeah, we can't sing that, but I'm fine to sing it.
I know. I already told Nazim not to sing Happy Birthday the other day, too.
I know. We had the birthday party the other day, and we sang it, and I think the Google police has not hit me yet.
And now we're done.
Because I think we sang it so bad that they can't forget.
Yeah, exactly. It's not recognizable. They can't match it
no,
up
nice.
with the content ID match.
That we might have an echo in the audience. So, Nazim, if you have some headphones, brother,
Okay.
let me know. Thank you, Charlotte, because she's good. She's being our, she's letting us know. Trina, here's another comment. I love what everybody's posting, what they're doing. Mike John just posted a picture from Aspen because he lives the life of Mike John. That's awesome. Trina says she had a different day yesterday with the Economics of Happiness people about her signs of hope in time of crisis. So she is writing a book. She's been a guest on my show, one of her first times on Google Hangouts. Hey, Ileane, tell me what you're up to lately. I know you do some great videos too. Oh, I don't know. We'll let the audience tell because I'm not hearing an echo. But then again,
well, lately I have decided that I wanted to give a shot at being an instructor on Udemy. So,
I love that.
And there's another site called Skill Feed. I kind of got inspired by a buddy of mine. His name's Rob Cobbin, and he is a web designer as well. And so he has some courses over there. And then my girl Lisa Irby, she's jumped on the bandwagon too, and now she's got some courses. So right now I do have one free course over there about YouTube, but I'm working on one, and it's for a tool called BuzzSumo, and that's a real helpful tool for social media and also for content development. So that's in the works, and I probably will be recording some videos right now, but I decided that I would rather hang with Mia.
That's my girl.
And Sean.
Oh, good stuff. So I'm really curious. You said about content creation. So what sort of things can you reveal, or can you not tell us anything about it just yet?
Oh, sure, absolutely. But BuzzSumo is a tool where you can search by a topic, or you can search by a website or an author,
Right.
and you can find out the content that's being shared the most.
Mm-hmm.
On either of those things. So you can look at your own blog, you can look at another popular blog, and this is great for Pinterest. And I mentioned that when I was talking with Jeff C. on the Manly Pinterest show. You can, any website, and it's great for fashion too, Nazim, and your lifestyle, because, like I said, you could just enter any URL and you'll find out what's being shared. Then you also, the other piece that's really cool is that you can see who are the influencers that are sharing that content.
Mm-hmm.
Then take it a step further. This tool is really powerful. You can also look at a domain and find out what content on that domain is really successful. Is it something is it infographics? Is it videos? Is it blog posts? If it's blog posts, or the 200-word blog post, or the 500-word, or the 3,000-word blog post being shared and
Fantastic.
liked the most. So the tool has like endless possibilities. You can also set up content alerts. You know, Google Alerts is kind of shaky. Sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't.
Right.
You can get alerts from BuzzSumo now too. So the tool is the bomb.
Well, I've just taken.
so
I've just written it down. I should be using it. Brilliant.
Taking notes too.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's just buzzsumo.com, and they do have a free version, but you also it's so worth to, you know, you can get the trial. In fact, when you go there, I think it's either a 7 or 14-day trial. It might be a 14-day trial, and of the pro version, and the pro version is off the hook. I haven't even explored everything about it 'cause I got so many topics. Like at my day job, we touch on mostly B2B, but there's 90 different industries that we are, you know, so I haven't even, you know, went through the tip of the iceberg with that. So,
Oh my gosh.
so it's pretty powerful.
Some Ileane Smith. I'm just saying, because girlfriend, you're always just checking out new stuff. But here's the other thing, because I love you so much, it doesn't annoy me. You make it look so easy. You're always like, I could spend this whole time figuring out this. I'm like, go girl, go girl. I love that about you. You're always figuring out something new.
Thank you, sweetie.
Will you put the Udemy in there too, so we see it? Oh, look who's going to join us. Hold on, people. He's he's up and moving. And it's, hey, honey.
Greg, hey.
Look at he's wearing his PJs. It's hard to see, but this is a blanket that my aunt made for him. It's a U of I blanket, University of Illinois. Don't touch it. I'm sorry. It's really fussy about his University of Illinois blanket. Isn't it nice?
Oh,
Okay.
Great
Yeah,
to see you.
I love it.
Isn't that fun? I know he has not had any of his. Yeah, yay wine.
He came for the mimosa, didn't he?
I know, he hasn't even had one yet. Here, honey, have one too. Yay, have a seat. Have a seat. All right, guys, you know what? We're at 51 past the hour. Let's do Bat Crap Crazy. And I want to put this out there, too, that it is now, this is officially my first show for November. I want you guys to Bat Crap Crazy on the link, and I want it to be the month because it's the month of thanks. So, you know, the Bat Crap Crazy is pretty much just thinly veiled what you're thankful for. So I want to hear, give me a couple Bat Crap Crazies, and then you guys in the audience post your links in there, too. You can put your Bat Crap Crazy. So who wants to go first? Oh, they're all thinking. They're thinking.
I'll go, because, you know, my Bat Crap Crazy is always going to be my daughter, you know,
Yes.
Nikki Purvey. She's not that active on Google Plus, but she does have a presence here. So, but like I said, she just released that book on Amazon, and it's free. Get it while it's still free. And the reason I am so bat crap crazy about her is because she just got her very first office. So she's not even working from home.
No, I love that.
She set her mind to it. She set her intention, and that girl, she's got her office now, and I'm like, wow, your office is bigger than my place.
That is bona fide, right? When it's like you're not just, you know, turned into this whole, like it's a little room in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Making it happen.
And so, and it's cool too because I get to work with her interns, you know, and I love that because that's my way of giving back too. Because the interns want to learn about social media, and so that's where I step in. And then, you know, she also has Kiera, who I mentioned earlier, Kiera Solomon. She's a lovely young lady that I'm mentoring right now.
Oh, girlfriend. I bet you probably don't realize how much those the mentees or the people you're mentoring are just like, we love Ileane. So I want to see if they'll post in here too. Tell us how much they love working with you. That's awesome. Can you post some links for Nikki as well? Again, post that link for that YouTube. Oh, and I did. You know, you get so busy and you're like, hey, this is what Nikki's doing. Go take a look. And it was an hour and it went like that. Because I was taking notes, so thank you, girlfriend. Yay!
Hey.
Easy. Oh, I just have to give you this comment from Christopher. He loves your voice. He's in love.
Thank you.
Just prove it. All right, Sean, I saw you get your thinking cap on.
Yeah, my thinking cap is definitely on. Do you know, there's so many things I could talk about, so many wonderful things that are happening in my life. But I'm gonna select a family one, just like Ileane did. I'm gonna focus on my stepson. He's an amazing young man. He's 28, just turned 28, and he's just become a paramedic in the last 3 months. So already he's making a huge difference to people's lives in a very, very practical way. But in addition to doing that, he is coaching and mentoring some young disabled kids in the UK, which is every time he tells me about them, it's incredibly moving. And he's also training to be, well, he's not training to be, he is a triathlete as well. So he's doing things like the Ironman competitions and triathlons while he's working shifts as a paramedic, while he's also doing some incredible stuff in terms of saving lives. So I love my business, I love what I do, but every time I sit next to Alex at 28 and I just listen to what he's got to say and the lessons he teaches me, I've got to say I'm absolutely blown away. And you know, I kind of worked on some aspects of what I do and learned from other people. Alex is one of these guys that's got this natural capability and intuition. And I sit there and he's, you know, old head on young shoulders. He's a very, very wise young man, and he's what I'm bat crap crazy about. If I could just say it, it's obviously the Baileys in my coffee. I'm struggling to say bat crap crazy, but you know what I mean. So, Alex, to you, my friend.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing! Everybody on mute because we need to clap for that. That is awesome. I love these new generations. Hold on, let me find my clapper.
To Alex.
No, Alex, and listen, that nothing's better. Don't you hope we can all have a world where we're just surrounded by people who just make us go, wow, you got it going on. And I don't want to say make you feel but like you haven't done enough, but it does inspire you to get it going, right? Oh, that's awesome.
Definitely.
Is our brother here?
I think he is.
I am.
Brah.
I look horrible right now.
Okay, we'll take the picture.
I like how
Claudia, that's fine, Sean.
I like how you're not even going to put yourself on there, are you?
I look beyond horrible right now. I wish I could say it was from my hangover, but it's not. I just look horrible.
He didn't even drink. Hey guys, Shannon Hernandez has joined us. I'm going to have Nazim talk real quick, and then Shannon, I want to have you tell us what you're up to this week because you got something new launching, and then we got to get out of here. So, brother Nazim, tell us what you're bat crap crazy about.
You know what I'm bat crap crazy about, and I'm a little curious about, is the hour change on the Mia Connects. This Sunday, is it going to occur every Sunday? No, just today.
Did you guys see, thank you for asking that because I did, this is my second year of being an MC at the Junior Achievement Stock Market Challenge. I did a Thursday night and Friday morning. Friday morning was with about 350 students. Talk about doing something that scares you every day. It's going up and presenting in front of a bunch of kids, but Junior Achievement here in Denver just does this amazing program, and they get these kids wound up. It's like they realize 60 days of trading in a 1.5 hour period, and these kids are off the chain. So that's why it's today. Plus, I just missed my girl Ileane, and I haven't had her on the show in a while. So thank you for that segue. All right, Nazim, tell me what you're bat crap crazy about, though, brother. I need a bat crap crazy.
Okay, bat crap crazy. Well, I'm bat crap crazy about joining in here and being able to see Ileane a bit because I know that she's been really on top of things. I've been following her quite a lot. And when she mentioned about Jeff, specifically Jeff C is helping us out at Kazakiezi with the Instagram strategy because, as you say, it's to get into it and understand it and see how it can really be used as a marketing tool, you need to talk to the people that know how to use these tools much better than you do. And I've been following the stuff that you've been doing, and I can see that Ileane really has her ball on. She's right on the ball with her approach towards the marketing promotion aspects of all the tools that we are starting to learn and deal with on a daily basis. That's what I'm about to
Thank you so much. Thank
That
you.
is good stuff. You know what? It's true that that's when you see, and Ileane, I'm going to shout you out again. This is what I love about you. It's very natural flow. I never feel like it's just this very forced thing. Like you got your message out there and your content. So everybody take a page. Hey, real quick, can I just see what's on the bottom for everybody?
Ooh, I got on my yoga pants.
Let me see. Oh, yeah. There it is. Where's Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Clothes in my jeans.
I love it. I'm just going to show you these pajama bottoms and slippers. Apparently, Shannon can't show us jack squat.
Oh, I'm showing you. I'm showing you right now. I'm completely naked.
So what's on the bottom is the bottom. All right, bro, Shannon, you got something that's starting up tomorrow. I'm going to be a part of it. Tell us real quick, because I'm back.
Yeah. So I'm actually very excited. So I'm sorry I showed up late, but it was very. I was playing responsible. Just a real quick story. I was playing responsible last night, and I had to. I was designated driver, and I had to drive a couple people home. So I got home very, very late last night. So that's why I don't sleep.
Way to be, brother. Way to be.
No, but I'm very excited about tomorrow. I've got my very first boot camp that I'm starting. Well, it's not my first one that I've ever done, but my very first podcast boot camp. It's called Podcast and Performance. And a few weeks back, I did a webinar, and I got some people to come on in, and they are going to learn how to podcast, how to start their own podcast. And so we're going to start that up for the next couple of weeks into. We'll do it from here on out through November and into December. And we're going to try and get these people up in the podcasting game and start hopefully getting them some listeners. And you yourself, Mia, wanted to see you in the podcasting game too. So we're excited to have you in there and teaching you what you need to do to get the podcast up. And I got to thank Ileane. Ileane has been very supportive of this decision for me because as I've been on and off Google Plus. I was teaching Google Plus, but there have been some changes that have been going on in my life, and so I decided to pivot over to podcasting and teaching podcasting. And Ileane has been an integral part in being very supportive of this decision that I have made. So thank you so much, Ileane.
You're welcome, brother.
Hey, man, I told you, Ileane just gets to everybody.
Yes, and I believe also Nazim is in my group for tomorrow too, but it's going to be kind of late.
Yeah, we'll figure it out how to do it. But thanks a lot. I'm super excited about it, to say the least.
Very cool.
It'll be like Nazim, like in a little hoodie in his PJs, just sleeping.
Totally. Absolutely.
Right. I love it. Shannon, post that link. Everybody post their links. Real quick, I want to shout out Melanie Hall. Today's her birthday, so happy birthday, girlfriend.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Melanie.
Birthday, girlfriend. And then my backcrop crazy today is Miranda Pleasant. She has this Origin magazine. She spoke last week. Oh my God, I always have girl crushes, but this woman is off the chain. She's up there with my girl Ileane. So that's my backcrop crazy today. And that's it, you guys. Easy, like Sunday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
What he's doing this weekend. So my brother Mick Sharp across the pond, he's stuck in some serious scripting, but he's listening in. So let's give him a little clinky.
Hey, Mick.
Love him. Heidi, yes, it's already dark here, and she feels a relaxation watching our lovely hangout queen. Hey, girlfriend, I hope her little kitty cat is doing better because little Skittles has not been feeling well, so let's send her love. All right, David Schiffman, I love him. Easy like Sunday morning. Oh, look what he's got. Coffee with Bailey's, pumpkin creamer, jalapeno bagel. I'm hungry. This is wrong.
I'm hungry too.
Sandwich piled high with Black Forest ham, pepper jack cheese, avocado, tomato, onion. See, it's so long it runs off the page. And Philly jalapeno cream cheese. Oh, and he's going to do his Sue thing, so he is going to get on Sue.
Okay, great.
So we got to talk about that one too. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Margarita. She loves the idea of an easy morning, but she has to see the replay. She's working hard to finish her latest ebook on healing that needs to get delivered by 2 p.m. I want to see that when she's done. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, really.
Girlfriend is rocking it. Look at Robin Holland. She's had her shake with pear and chia seed and cacao nibs and almond milk. Ocean's fine here in Santa Cruz. That sounds awesome.
Ooh, that does sound relaxing.
girl. I got my work in already. I did get my power shake, gave some to boyfriend, so that's why I'm feeling fancy about this. And I know Crystal said that she thinks that the Bat Crap Crazy glass does do well for juices. Let's see. Oh, yeah, she says, yeah, Bat Crap Crazy glass will work great for juice in the morning. Sean Mahon's going to pop in here in a little bit. Dave Pipe, I've managed to get my tiara back. Thank friggin' Christ. I had to restart this thing, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Right.
crazy. All right, anybody you want to say hi to?
Oh, I just want to say hi to my friend Kiara. That's somebody that I'm mentoring now, and she's just loving all the social media.
Oh, I hit the button early, guys, because oh, Ileane, seriously, that was crazy. So, hi everybody, welcome to the Mia Connect Power Chat. I just had a heart attack. Was that the loudest scream you've ever heard?
Yeah, it was a loud thump, and then there was a yell.
Yes. So welcome. So I had this bottle sitting here with the cork because I was going to pop the cork. I wish that would have happened when we hit the start button, Ileane. Would that not have been priceless?
Yes.
Jeebus. So it just uncorked itself. I think there's probably a hole in my ceiling. Like literally it just, and you're like, what did you drop?
Well, I'm glad you didn't drop it.
Oh, God, seriously. Man, so hi everybody, welcome. I'm Mia Voss, and it's this weekend edition of the Mia Connect Power Chat. And guess who's with me today? Hey, girl.
Easy like a Sunday morning,
I
yeah.
don't think we're supposed to sing it, but I'm gonna let you sing it. So you don't get mad at us, because it's Ileane singing it, not Lionel Richie. I know, right? Is that not stuck in your head? The Easy like Sunday morning song?
That's right. It sure is.
Hey, listen, I gotta say, I'm a little ticked at you. You look way too pretty for Sunday morning, girlfriend.
Well, you remember we're in different time zones, so it's actually like noon here in
Just hit high noon, didn't it?
Philadelphia.
So can I tell you something funny? Here's the funniest line that I've heard about, and I'm pouring my mimosa as we speak. The funniest line that I've heard about how I look in the morning comes courtesy of Heidi Hornline. Do you know who she is? She's,
Yes.
Yes. So I got on a hangout with her the other day, and she goes, you look like a baby bird that just hatched. It was like 6 in the morning, and my hair was all kinds of jacked up. Who's got to hang out with me knows, by the way. Here we go.
Okay. So up in this
That reality check of like, oh dear.
Yeah, like when they know you, when you walk into the state store,
Right.
they even know what you drink. It's
Yeah.
kind of like time to like say, okay,
So I'm gonna make some.
I need to stop drinking so much.
I think that is very healthy. I kind of like it. You know, that reminds me of the Sex and the City when Miranda had the little Asian gal that she just got so annoyed that she knew, and she was giggling at her. It's the same thing. You're probably like, yeah. Get off my back with my boozing.
So that's my story, and my friends. Oh my God, my friends! They didn't believe. It was like even to this day, and it's been probably about 11 or 12 years. When I get together with my friends, and we get together, at least 2-3 times a year, they'll say, "You still don't drink?" like what's that about?
I just never got back into it. Right?
They can't believe it. They just can't believe it because. That's just what we do. Like you have to come with beverage.
Yeah. Anybody knows?
I have beverage. I have my tea. Okay.
What can I say about?
Let me show you what kind of tea I'm drinking, Mia.
Crazy.
Uh-oh. I forgot I had to move over here to get it.
I like that fancy little blanket you got going on. Oh, that's nice. And it's celestial seasoning.
The cinnamon. Yes.
I love that one. Well, you know what I say about brunch without booze is just a sad late breakfast. All right, girlfriend, you ready to get into some comments? Because we got people lined up here.
Yes.
Okay, my brother Emmy, Mike John, he says if you're from Champaign, you better be with Champagne. Amen. That's my hometown guy.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Mike John, yes, brother. William Rock, the cork has popped, absolutely. And I'll tell you what's been fun because I asked people is what everybody. That's a lame mimosa. I need more champagne.
All right, I'm drinking tea.
I know. Cheers. Hey, that's right. So you are not a boozer. Tell us what you're drinking.
Well, okay, I'm going to share this little story with you guys.
Okay.
And come on, let's cheers.
Hold
Good
on,
drink.
Clicky.
All right.
With the back crack crazy glass too. I need to get you one of these, girlfriend, and then you can put like your juices in
Yeah.
it, like Lena Bate does.
Buddy.
I know you need one.
Because I do drink a lot of energy drinks and stuff like that. So this is the story. Okay. You guys may sometimes, you know how we're just creatures of habit. And that's fine, but sometimes I don't like people to know that I'm a creature of habit. Like, for example, when I go to, let's say I go to McDonald's or I go to Panera Bread, you know, sometimes they look at me like, I know what you're ordering, and I look back at them like, no, I'm switching up today because I don't want you to know me that way.
That's
So
right.
this is what happened. Through my years, you know, I probably started a little too early, maybe about 17 or 18. I started drinking, and it was never a problem. I just always drank and partied, and, you know, it got to the point where I did kind of drink pretty much every day, but in moderation. But here in Pennsylvania, we have what's called a state store. So when you go in there, you're only going in there for liquor. You know, it's not like you can go to the supermarket or anything like that.
Right.
So, and we have tons of them. So there was different ones I would go to all the time. And in fact, when I stopped drinking, my favorite drink was champagne mimosa with Royal Crown champagne. I don't even know if it's still around. But anyway, so I would go in the state store, which is what we call it here, and the girl behind the counter would be like, "Hey, your stuff's on sale." I'm like, okay, y'all know me too well. Bombs I'm dropping on her. and and my daughter Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Nikki Purvey, she is rocking out. Let's talk about her for a few minutes. What's
That's
she?
my baby. My daughter, she is doing web design now. She just got finished doing the Michael Vick Foundation website. I mean, she is just killing it. So she did an ebook. So I want you guys to know, I'm going to post a link in the comments. Her ebook is on Amazon. It's free right now, and it's 10 things every successful entrepreneur knows that the rest of the world doesn't. Don't get left out, people.
Let me tell you guys. So I watched that video, and you know, how old is Nikki, by the way? Let's throw her out of the age closet. How old is she?
She had her 29th birthday already. Put it that way.
Girlfriend? Yeah, but I got it. And she is rocking it. That video was awesome, and make sure to post the link because it was a ton of stuff. Either one I heard a long time ago, or some I hadn't even heard. So I just
She surprised me, and like I said, Nikki's the one who actually started me blogging. You know, she told me that she had a blog years ago, and I was like, okay, I gotta sign up for my daughter's blog. But little did I know I was actually filling out the form to start my own blog. So that's how I started blogging.
Yeah, she tricked you into it, didn't she?
No, she didn't do it on purpose. I just didn't know what I was doing.
You love accidental stuff. You know, that's my nickname, the accidental entrepreneur. I'm like, oh, well, gosh, maybe I'll start a building inspection business. Okay, you know, like, why did I start a blogging thing?
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. All right, here's a couple more comments. Kirsten Hancock, oh, I love her. She says, oh, she thinks we're going to break the 500 stream.